The subject of this clip is Morphy against Staunton. After Morphy has won the USA Congress, he was officially the best player in the USA, and now he had to look where he can fight. The fight can going on, where he can find good opponents. The fans in his hometown New Orleans collected money to enable him for a match against Howard Staunton, England's officially #1. Howard Staunton was the first and only English best player in the world. That time there was no world champion, the title world champion, and he won a match called England against France in 1843 against the French player Saint-Amand. We can have a look to one of the games of Staunton to look at his style. He was a little bit different player to Morphy. Normally he played another, he became famous because a little bit.
Maybe you can make the board larger so that we can also see the A file.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So, in this position, Staunton played rook c4,
threatening the pawn b4,
and bringing the knight, and then I think it's the name was invented by Nimzowitsch, outpost, bringing the rook to an outpost, and after protecting, the play was going on.
Bishop d3, now threatening to win the exchange, but if the rook now exchanges or retreats, then Staunton's play would have no point, yeah? So he keeps the rook in place.
And this is a tactical defense, because now...
Okay, now the rook cannot be taken due to tactical reasons, and the double threat wins immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not, of course, a real exchange sacrifice for the moment. It cannot be taken anyway. But this is a real exchange sacrifice in Petrosian style.
Yeah, you read my comment. Okay, so this is typical positional play. Even looks a little bit modern style.
Very modern style, good compensation, bishop pair, pressure on the light, squares, potential on the king side.
And here he takes dc4. He knows what to do. He has wonderful bishop.
Yeah, wonderful bishops.
And the white squares, he is the king. No?
Yeah.
This is modern style of chess, played by Staunton in the year 1843.
Nothing new under the sun.
So, yeah, and Morphy came to London, and
or to Birmingham first, or?
Yeah, he went to via Liverpool. He came from New York to Liverpool by ship, and then he hurried to go to Birmingham because the idea was to play the match during the Congress of the British Chess Association. But when he arrived in Birmingham, they told him the tournament has delayed 1 month, and so he hurried to go to London, and he found a hotel, Löwes Hotel, where the owner was a chess player, and the next morning he celebrated his 21st birthday playing against the owner of the hotel, Herrn Löwe, Mr. Löwe, 6 games. No?
Oh.
and Löwe was running around making officially that Morphy is in the town. So and Morphy then went to the clubs and saloons and played some games, and even he met Staunton, and Staunton invited him in the first weekend to his Landhaus near London, and there they played 2 unofficially games, and not direct one-to-one. They played consultation games. Morphy played together with Barnes, and Staunton played together with officially called Mr. Alter, and his real name was Reverend Owen. That time it was a little bit suspicious for special circles in England to be known as a chess player, so he played his whole life under the pseudonym Alter. But insiders knew this is Mr. Owen, Reverend Owen, a close friend to Staunton. And these 2 games, they played 2 consultation games, and in the literature these games are not enough recognized, not enough, and I tried to put some work on the 2 games because I think this is interesting to see the only games between these 2, then, because the officially match was never played. Morphy, Staunton delayed the match. He said, "I have to prepare. I'm busy with other work," and so at the end they found no date in 1 year, and then Morphy went home, and there was no match between these guys.
Yeah, it is very sad that it didn't take place, because it's very remarkable. The American world champion Bobby Fischer included both of them in his famous list of the top 10 players of all time, which he published in Chess World in 1964. Number 1 of his list is Paul Morphy, and Bobby had a lot of praise for him. I quote, "A popularly held theory about Paul Morphy is that if he returned to the chess world today and played our best contemporary players, he would come out the loser. Nothing is further from the truth. In a set match, Morphy would beat anybody alive today." This includes, I guess, Bobby Fischer himself. This really says a lot. And Bobby also included Howard Staunton as in the second position of his list. Staunton was the most profound opening analyst of all time. Of all time. Really, this is something. He was more theorist than player, but nonetheless, he was the strongest player of his games. Playing over his games, I discover that they are completely modern. Where Morphy and Steinitz rejected the fianchetto, Staunton embraced it. In addition, he understood all of the positional concepts which modern players hold so dear, and those with Steinitz must be considered the first modern player. Really great praise for Howard Staunton from Bobby.
For both, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look to the game. The first game, they played 2. Staunton has white, and he played as usually. He did not open with white closed games. He did not play c4. Usually he played d4. And
oh, it's very sharp. Philidor variation.
The original Philidor is r5. Yeah.
Nowadays, it is, I think, considered very dubious, to say the least.
Ask Jonathan Mestel.
Even Mestel will disagree.
Yes, he played this line successfully.
Mm-hmm.
in open, nobody could prepare, maybe.
Yeah, okay, well, but in the modern preparation
surprise.
computer days, I guess it won't work.
So we have here a variation, and
Oh, yeah.
the sharp game. So this is not a game in this positional Staunton style, and Paul Morphy played a little bit dubious, a little bit provoking.
Yeah, very provocative.
And Staunton tried to refute this game,
Yes.
this type of play. So and he showed that he even can bite. Here he sacrificed, but could win.
Yeah. Dangerous compensation, obviously.
So
how to defend, huh?
The question, so both played very, very aggressive and testing each other. And for me, it's surprising how sharp Staunton played this game.
Yeah.
Opened this game. And here, Morphy again played very provocative. He played knight nach g5.
Queen
nach g5, giving free the square c7. A more prudent play, or a more...
As Löwenthal already has given in his annotations.
Safe play would be queen e7. Huh?
Yes, as Löwenthal had given.
But Morphy played very, very provocative.
Too provocative, I guess.
See, queen d7. And after some moves, we come to this position. Okay, it's a very, very sharp position.
Yeah, definitely. Why to move and defend? What about g3?
You are a strong grandmaster.
Yeah, okay, I cheated in a way because Löwenthal had already spotted this in the old days. To force the bishop f4, which is very well placed away. And then white should be better, I guess.
Staunton made here a weaker move, an innocent move. A little bit too innocent.
Yeah.
Bishop e2.
Staunton seems to assume that he has all the time in the world, but he hasn't.
Yeah, he has to pay a little bit attention to his queen at a8.
Yeah, another good move might be the more, I think, more slightly computer stylish rook d4 move, which was not given by Löwenthal, which you have added to the annotations. Yeah, but this I also like about the historic.
The idea is to continue by bishop c4 or by rook to b4, rook a4.
Rook b4, not directly, but maybe later. But what I like about the historical megabase is that you can see the game, you can see the annotations from the old days, you can see your additional work with computer assistant, so this really opens up new dimensions.
The next critical position comes...
yeah, rook d4, I guess, is a modern move. Castling short is a Staunton style move.
And...
knight c5, yeah. Castling short, queen.
Let me show you one interesting what I missed.
Okay.
Because there was an interesting point in the game. Let me look where I find it.
But probably modern time, yeah. I guess modern time analysis. Yeah, here queen c7 here.
Yeah, at this place. Morphy played king g7, and instead he could have played queen c7, which looks at the first moment
even better.
More logical.
Imprisons the queen, threatens knight a6, maybe, yeah.
And even has pressure against h2.
Yes.
But then white can play very strongly. Now rook d4.
Knight a6.
I don't know if they have seen this, even if Morphy have seen this.
Probably, I guess not.
But I want to show the variation. And after knight c6, there's an incredible, fantastic move.
Especially if you consider that white's last move has been rook d1 to d4. I strongly doubt that Morphy has seen this.
The point is rook d7 check.
The second rook move on the d file, to my eyes, this looks like a computer find. But it is extremely beautiful.
No, it's true. It is Commodore 10.
Yeah.
And the point is queen d7.
And the a6 is hanging in the end. Brilliant.
Yeah, we have to look through.
Brilliant.
But everybody is so quickly like you. Knight f6 check. So and now the a6 is hanging. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So,
but I strongly guess that this is a computer line. It was not seen over the board and not given in the old sources. I would guess that very strongly.
But queen c7 is a very logical move. No? Okay. Queen.
I agree, but yeah.
So now we have this position. Bishop g3, and
Löwenthal assumes that white is already indefensible. Yeah. His king is weak, the queen doesn't play, and this all for exchange. Yeah.
Are there threats? We will see. The next move is by white is rook e4, and now how can make black progress? The knight c5 has a nice place, preventing knight a6.
Maybe Staunton and Owen had harbored some hopes here still, but the next move by Morphy and Barnes put them firmly into their place. Very nice. Yeah.
I think it's correct to say by Morphy.
Okay.
Okay. Rook h8 is the point. King h8. What is the point of king h8? I like this move very much.
It clears the queen's road.
It's a very aggressive move. It's an attacking move. King h8 is the best attacking move. And you can think. Do you find other king moves which are strong attacking moves? So the point is the king is freeing the square g7 for the queen, and now the queen comes over the h file.
Yes.
Threatening mate, and okay. Now he plays
rook h4. They fight to the end. They block the road
because the bishop has to protect the knight b8.
Yeah.
So it's not a rook sacrifice, only exchange. And here Morphy could have finished the game by the best move queen e7, and he missed this by a psychological mistake, or a mistake which is very interesting for young players who learn chess. Never recapture automatically. Before you recapture, think.
Or capture here as and directly recapture. So never capture, never recapture.
Automatically.
Yes.
And here queen. We have this.
Queen e7 is a strong, deadly double attack. Game over. Also not given by Löwenthal, or you added it. So yeah.
Löwenthal was good, but even he didn't see everything. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Löwenthal assumed already that black is winning, and the game went to a logical conclusion and stopped annotating already before. It's only a theory, of course.
Because he did not see that Queen H2 is a mistake.
So
they did not annotate the games too deeply.
When they had reached a certain conclusion that one side is winning, then they stopped annotating there in the old pre-computer days.
And even here, most of the annotations are based on the Commodore analysis. No? Okay. Yeah, this is the first game between these two giants. And
Morphy played very provocatively, as we have seen, Queen G5 instead of Queen E7, for example. And Morphy himself also published his opinion about Staunton. For example,
no. He did not publish. This is a nice story. He presented the tournament book of London 1851 to a schoolmate when they were 15. In the year 1852, Morphy already had, as usual, he had all the literature, access to all kind of literature of chess, and then he got the book of the London Chess Congress. He read it, and then he gave it as a present to a schoolmate, I think called O'Connell.
Yeah.
And
McConnell.
And he made a comment on the first page. No? And
in McConnell's copy, Paul had written on the title page, after author of the Handbook of Chess, Chess Player's Companion, etc., and some devilish bad games.
So when Morphy was 15, his opinion about Staunton was not too great, and and I think some historians who say his biggest wish was to meet Staunton and to beat him, and this was so to say the chess father he has to beat. Even American psychologists was saying this is not true. He had not too much respect of Morphy of Staunton, because their style were different. He liked the open games played by Laborde and MacDonald, and the play of closed games preferred by Staunton was not his style. In this game, Staunton played an open, very interesting game. So this was not the typical Staunton game. Even Staunton played a little bit testing. He wanted to find out how good is this young man.
Yeah.
So,
but later he also, after Staunton had died in 1874, later Morphy expressed himself at some length on Staunton as chess master. Mr. Staunton's knowledge of the theory of the game was no doubt complete. His powers as an analyst were of the very highest order. His coup d'oeil and judgment of positions, and his general experience of the chessboard, great. But all these qualities, which are essential to make a great chess player, do not make him a player of genius. These must be supplemented by imagination and by a certain inventive or creative power which conceives positions and brings them about. Of this faculty I see no evidence in the published games of Mr. Staunton.
I like to add, for me this means that Morphy himself said he is a genius by himself. Yeah?
You said and added that, but maybe yes.
It's not written there. Okay. Yeah. So
nevertheless, it's a pity that the match Morphy-Staunton did not take place.
So now I would like to show you something what is interesting for the ChessBase users. This is the game without annotations. The same game we have just seen. And in ChessBase 14, you can make something interesting. In the menu you find here analysis, and under analysis you find the point tactical analysis.
This is new.
I press the button and here are some options. I don't change the options giving now if you press the button, then an automatically analysis of the game will happen. To shorten this, I close the game and show you the result, because I already made this kind of analysis. Let's have a look. Now we see what is the result of the automatically tactical analysis by ChessBase 14. We can compare this with our results.
Maybe we can start with the Queen G5, Queen E7 question and the 12th move, where we had the big discussion. Yeah, and Queen E7 is also favored by the engine.
Remains equal, and after Queen G5,
white is better.
Queen C7, white is better.
As we had guessed.
And even he shows, for not the strongest players, that he is serving a mate. But we forgot to show.
Okay.
And he is giving an own diagram. This is interesting. Showing an interesting possibility we did not mention before. In this position, without command, we made the move Queen E7. But the tactical analysis proposed E2.
This looks very interesting. It has a slight computer touch to it, but this looks very interesting to open up more attacking roads on the dark squares.
Yeah, and here.
Taking the pawn. And black has compensation. Yes. Maybe not sufficient against computer defense, but taking the pawn, yeah.
And protecting B8, yeah.
And bishop pair, white's king is also open. Compensation.
And on Queen E2.
Knight E2.
Knight E2.
Yes, Queen A5. Yeah. you cheat, but okay, Queen A5.
Queen E7 is not the best.
No, Queen A5 is more to the point.
ChessBase 14 is saying Queen A4. But here we find many different colors.
Yeah, very nice picture.
E7 is not the worst move, but not the best. The best is A4.
A5.
A5.
Yeah, I would by intuition agree. Queen P7 is a bit passive.
B5 is even can be considered.
Okay, this is again of course a computer move.
So, but the best is A4.
Yeah, this is also a human move, I would think.
Yeah, but anyway, so you can go deeper when you have more time than we have now. But I give you the possibilities and the tools you can use now. What is on the way? And here even in this critical position.
I had guessed that Rook D4 is a computer move and G3, the Löwenthal move, is the human move, and the automatic analysis seems to confirm this.
So not so bad.
No, and
you can drink your coffee coming back, and then you have a nice analysis.
Yeah, and then you see the critical points where you can dig deeper, and yeah, it is a very nice additional feature.
So I would say you have a good possibilities now, not only to enjoy the historical ChessBase database, mega database, you can even enjoy the new program like ChessBase 14.
Yeah, and these you click on a piece, and then so many colors gets so many different ideas. I like that.
So, enough for now. Maybe we see us again.